Hey, I'm Tomislav Tenodi, and I work at Shout'em. So I'll talk today about the efficient React Native development because creating apps from scratch is stupid. So we all know that React Native is a great framework for creating native apps. It basically solved the cross-platform problem, which was the biggest pain point in standing in front of the efficient mobile app development. But there's one problem left unsolved: the complexity of reusing common app features. So imagine an app that you want to build. It needs to have some kind of an onboarding process, authentication with Facebook and Twitter, push notifications so you can engage with your users, analytics to see what users are doing, and a monetization either through ads or in-app purchases. These features are a must-have for a successful app. They are present in almost every app we use nowadays, like Instagram, for instance. But people don't use Instagram because of push notifications, analytics, or ads, right? They use it to share photos with filters. So why don't we exclusively focus on innovation? Why do we waste such a big portion of our time re-implementing features? So we started encapsulating recurring features into libraries. But there's still so much work left to do. You need to configure every library inside of your app and implement the UI. As libraries don't have any defined interface that they share, your app is coupled with the libraries you're using. And this becomes really a big maintenance issue. Imagine maintaining only one app which uses over 20 libraries. To solve this, we need to go higher on the ladder of abstraction. As Chenglu mentioned in one of his previous talks, modules or libraries are one level above React components on the ladder of abstraction in a language. We need something that will wrap those libraries, configure them with components, and expose those components through the app. And we need to be able to use it through a defined and shared interface. This problem is already solved on the web with WordPress and its plugins. So plugins are that level of granularity which makes it easy to reuse common features. To solve the same problem on the mobile, we created an open-sourced concept of extensions. So what is an extension? Extension is an NPM package with a defined interface. That's it. Having a defined interface throughout extensions decouples app from a specific extensions that you are using, which makes it easy to reuse extensions in multiple apps and maintain apps. App is just a container around the extensions. Take authentication extension, for example. It uses some kind of authentication library with Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or your own authentication provider, and implements several different screens like login, registration, and password recovery screens. Login screen is exposed through a defined interface to the app and connected with two other screens. So you can use it wherever in the app navigation, just as you can use any screen from other extensions in the app navigation. So how does this benefit our app development process? How does our app development process look like? First, you create a React Native app. Then you reuse and customize extensions that suit your need. And finally, you focus only on developing something that your users need. We created and open sourced over 40 extensions already, so you can start using them in your apps today. We paid extra attention to not restrict you on how you can use React Native, so there is an unlimited freedom of what you can do with Shout'em extensions. We also created a web dashboard where you can host your app and manage it. So you can send push notifications, analyze what your users are doing, manage your users, and you can even grant access to your clients so they can manage app for themselves. The official React Europe conference app was built by using extensions. So I would like to a little bit show you how we did it. So first step is a little bit obvious. First, you initialize the React Native app. We built a command line tool which speeds up the mobile app development with extensions. You can use Shout'em create app, and this will initialize the standard React Native project. It has index.js, app registry as a starting point, and everything else with bootstrapped extensions concept. Then you reuse extensions. You can reuse extensions from the extension marketplace, where you can also upload your extensions. We reused main navigation extension, which has different navigation types, such as tab bar, drawer, icon grid. We implemented the tab bar navigation, which can be seen on the bottom of a screen, and above are rendered extensions from other screens from other extensions. Then we reused events extension, which lists talks and description of the talks, people extension with a list of speakers and their details, and sub-navigation extension, which we used in the 5th tab, the More tab, which nests the navigation inside of the screen. So what you're seeing here, the About, sponsors, and so on, those are just buttons to screens in other extensions. We also reused About extension, which is just general information about the conference, and a web page extension, which is a web page in a web view. So all of these extensions were reused. We didn't need to re-implement them. Then we needed to customize some of these extensions. For instance, events extension didn't have a day selector on top of the list, so this is something that we needed to customize and extend the screen which lists the talks. And finally, we also needed to develop new extension. We call it React Native Ticket extension. This is something that we hope that is innovative in the app. In the extension, there are two main screens. So there is a scan your ticket screen and scan the ticket of the attendants that you meet. So how do you do your extension? First, you initialize it, you install it into the app, and you can create multiple screens with Showtime Screen Add. This bootstraps Hello World component, just basic React component. And you can also add dependencies in your extension, such as React Native Camera, which has the implementation of QR code reader. That package has some native code which needs to be linked, and that's done as in the same plain React Native application. And finally, you just need to do the implementation. Once the app is done, you can publish your application. You can do it manually, or you can do it using our web dashboard, which will manage the signing your app, creating provisioning profiles, and handle all the reviewing process. So you don't need to worry about that. Everything that I just explained is documented on our developers portal, Showtime GitHub IO, so you can start building and selling your React Native extensions today. We really want to take React Native to the next level of doing mobile apps in general. So that's why we feel strongly about contributing in React Native community, and we are doing so by open sourcing extensions, concept of extensions, UI toolkit, or a school for React Native newcomers. If you want to talk about React Native, come visit our booth. We still have some more chocolate left. Thank you.